there. Welcome. I have your file here. Just going to scooch in and have a seat. Hi. My name is Karuna Satori. Dr. Satori, but you can refer to me simply as Karuna. I like to keep my relationships with my patients personal. That way it creates a more relaxed, anxiety-free environment. So, you also may notice me speaking in a low tone or whispering in general, and that helps with the anxiety as well. So, you are at a plastic surgery and orthodontist's office. And I have your chart right here. So let's go ahead and see what you are having done today. Because I have you down. My receptionist told me you're here for a consult, but you are also interested in a same-day treatment. Is that correct? Great. I'm going to put these right here. Okay, so we're just going to quickly go over some of your information as you have been here before for lip injections and what's that say? Botox? Okay, yes, alright. So, can you do me a favor and just verify your full name for me? Perfect. Okay, date of birth? Okay. Let's see. And you are here for a consult regarding microblading, correct? Good. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go over your chart with you, and then we will do the consult. And if you are interested in microblading today, I have an entire setup right here. And just to let you know, we do not do our microblading with just normal off-brand tools. We actually use a real tattoo gun to do them. So the difference between this office and just overall beauty, hairstylists, salons that offer microblading is we do ours very professionally. So you can expect nothing but the best here. And since we're using a tattoo gun, this is only semi-permanent, meaning it only lasts about a year before you should get it touched up. But we also do offer permanent microblading. But if it's your first time, I technically recommend you to just do the simple semi-permanent. Okay, so allergies. Are you allergic to latex? Okay. I ask because I do use latex gloves here. I myself have a latex allergy, but just for a small period of time, it does not affect my hands. Okay. And any medications you're currently taking? Okay. Is that over the counter or prescribed? Well, sometimes with that medication, they actually have that ingredient, since it is a... Okay, yeah, just making sure. Okay. Is your height still the same? Can you verify it? Okay. We have to ask, is your height still the same? I know you are an adult, but we also have this for the children because we are also an orthodontist's office, so... Yeah, the kids that come in, they're getting braces at their age, you know. Change height over 2 years, like. And your weight, if you could just verify that for me. Okay, so it has changed. No problem. It looks like you are still for your age here, which, judging by your last treatment, you're still the same age, that you are still in the normal section of your body mass index. So congratulations for staying healthy. Okay, so that should be it. Your blood pressure last time was 120 over 80. Oh, yikes. Okay, so you did have a little bit of anxiety going on there. We are going to get a quick blood pressure on you today. I'm not going to check your heart, since the blood pressure will just let me know if you're having anxiety, because since we're working on the face, ultimately the swelling would go lower into your ankles, which could create a blood clot, but that is only if you're getting like an invasive surgery such as breast augmentation or Brazilian butt lift, BBW, or things like that. So microblading, we don't have you wear the compression socks, we don't have you go home, we don't put a gown on, we don't do anything. We clip your hair back, in fact. But just to be sterile, we do use gloves and things like that, okay? Perfect. So we are about done. Let me just get a quick blood pressure on you. I'm just going to highlight these things so the receptionist can put this in the computer. Excellent. Okay. I can just remember the blood pressure. I'll get that written down. After the consult and or treatment. So the actual treatment, since this is only semi-permanent, because that's the only thing I am going to do for you today, I apologize. If you're wanting permanent, you can come back after your first treatment, after 9 months. And I'm not like any other plastic surgeon, because obviously you can see my spaghetti strap and or bra. I apologize, unprofessional, but see, what other plastic surgeons don't tell you is things like lip injections, things that are not permanent, under eye filler using the cannula, Botox. Sometimes it does not last the normal varied time. For example, I personally get lip injections, and they are supposed to last 6 to 9 months with the Juvederm XL. Mine actually only last over 4 months, so I do have to go back and continually get them touched up. Now, with microblading, sometimes they don't last up to 9 months, and people do have to come in for touch-up, so I am warning you about that, so you don't go home and you find out after like 3 months that they're not lasting very well, and you think, oh, she did a poor job. That's just the realistic expectation that we like to tell our patients, because everybody is different. What may last in my body may quickly dissipate in your body. Okay? Great. So let's get a quick blood pressure on you here. With these gloves. I take all of my used products and just set them over here when I'm finished, so the receptionist comes in. Well, the nurse comes in and cleans them up, but actually, my nurse should be in here right now taking your blood pressure, but it's okay, because if I am doing the treatment, then I am responsible for everything else. Little Velcro sounds here, maybe a little loud. Okay, go ahead and give me your right arm. Ready? Okay, perfect. So, your blood pressure is 108/90, which is a little bit high, but not necessarily. So it's nice that you're a lot more relaxed for this procedure. Okay. So, let's go ahead and get close. I can start giving you a little bit of an idea of what we're going to be doing, but first I would like to just map out your face on what we would be doing if we did do the same day treatment. So I have my little bunny brow here. That's what we like to call her because she is the perfect amount of ink not to get into your blood, but also be able to make a map of your face. So all I'm going to be doing is just measuring your face and making little marks, whether or not we do the treatment. That way, after looking, seeing your natural brow line and things like that, I can judge what face shape you have, and I can also see how thick we're going to do them, how many lines I'm going to be making, etc., etc. Okay. So, I do have to ask permission before I do, but may I touch you? Thank you. Okay. Alright, perfect. So, I'm just going to get up close to you and just give a little look with my light to see where your brow lines are. So whether or not you pluck your brows, do you trim and have them waxed or anything of the sort? Okay, well, since you do take care of your brows a little bit, and even if they are natural, there is still a definitive line showing where your brows actually should be. Just because your hair grows in a different or a certain way does not mean that's the right way that your body meant for it to produce. The food you eat, how much sun you get, the products you use on your face are all factors on where your hair grows in on your face, the way it grows in, whether it be slanted, straight out, so on and so forth, because that affects the hormones in your body, your thyroid. So I'm just going to go ahead and turn this light on, a little bright. Ready? And I'm just going to go a little bit closer. It's going to go right into your eyes, sweetheart. I'm so sorry. Okay, just seeing your brows here. And I'm just going to make a little line on each side right at the top. I don't need the measurements for this, just outlining the little indent in your forehead where the top of the brow is. Okay. Then I'm going to go over here on your left side and do the same. Okay, just going on and getting a good perfect. Okay, so from there, sorry, I gotta get my leg in here. I'm going to just put the light down for now. I'm going to take this tongue depressor and just put it right up to your brows and make a mark, okay? Excellent. Okay. And that's going to show me where I'm going to outline later on if we decide to do the treatment. Okay. So now that I have you outlined, I can go ahead and just get a quick look at your face here. I'm gonna pull down the skin under your eyes, okay, while holding your face. Okay, seeing how your brows react. Could you do me a favor? Could you lift your brows up? I cannot give you an example of that because I have too much Botox in my forehead right now. Sometimes as plastic surgeons, we get a little bit too much treatment done, or actually many of us get none at all, but I can't make my face. So can you just raise your eyebrows forward for me? Okay, can you make a mean face, like a, mine don't go in the center either. Go ahead. Okay, stay right there. Just going to touch, just make a little line right here. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now that we have you mapped out, it looks like your face shape is a little bit in between circular and heart shape. You have a very nice jawline, but down here it does round out a little bit. Now please, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I may not know 100%, but from my personal judgment, you would look very good with brows like mine. Now, I want to point out, they would look like these. They would not look the way they do on my face, on you. I just have a very large forehead, so I overfill them. So you would, in my opinion, look very good with a very curved arch brow. Something that goes right outside that kind of takes away from your forehead. Do you mind if I do the forehead test on you? Thank you. What it is I take 4 fingers here, and from the brow line up to the forehead, I see where your hairline ends up. And if it goes over 4 fingers where your hairline ends, that means you do not need thicker brows. But if it does go, or it does not meet the hairline after 4 fingers, that means you technically have a 5 head. People use that term so disrespectfully, but it's really not a thing. It's just the way that your eyebrows are. So I'm just going to get up close and just put 4 fingers right here on your eyebrows, above your eyebrows. Okay, so it looks like you would do very, very well with the thicker brows. So, alright, let me just explain very quickly what I will be doing if you'd like. So the consult in regards to your face is pretty much finished. Now all we would have to do before the treatment itself is judge the color. So I have normal black, and the reason these bottles look a little bit filled in incorrectly is because we get our ink specifically from a brand that is probably one of the best there is, and other plastic surgeons tend to send in their little spies to come in and see the ink we use. So we like to keep it a little secret. So we put it in these little jars, and so we have the color black, blonde, and light brown / dark brown. And what we do here is, if we want a darker brown, we mix black, a little bit of black with light brown. It makes a darker brown. And if we want red, we mix blonde with soft brown for a more ginger approach. It makes orange, and the more you add of the blonde makes a more ginger color. So judging by your hair color and most people's, even those with pitch jet black hair, we do recommend a darker brown. But honestly, judging by your hair color, I think you would look good with a if it's your first time, what were you thinking? Like, what are your thoughts right now after all the information I've explained. Okay, so if you don't want to make a full commitment, I can recommend a blonde color. And the reason I would recommend this is because they're light hairs and they would still make a mark on your face, meaning you wouldn't have to really do much in regards to doing your brows in the morning. You would take a brow pencil and just go over the lines, and that's it. Or if you do trust it, you could go with a little bit of soft brown. Mine's a little bit more dark brown, but yours would be a little lighter than mine, meaning if you don't wear makeup in the morning, you have to get to work, you wouldn't have to worry about doing your brows. And then the more permanent is a way deeper consultation, so. Okay, I think we would go with then a lighter brown color on your brows. So what we would be doing from here is I would be putting on a pair of gloves. I would be taking these bottles, and these are never opened. We just label them. We have tons of them. After these, they would be thrown away. They are completely sterilized inside. We would open them, put a little ink in the cap. I would have gloves on for this. We would turn on the tattoo gun. I would first be making marks right under, judging that yours are going to be just in between thick and thin. So then I just turn this on, dip in the ink pen with my gloves on, and just go, and that's it. Afterwards, I would be, obviously during, I will be using this to wipe the inks off, these pads, cotton pads. And then at the end, I just dab and dab with cotton balls. And you will see just a little bit of blood. If it's your first time, you might see a little more blood. You don't have to worry about anything. This is not purely invasive, okay? And then after, and beforehand, we would also sanitize your face, obviously, using a cotton pad and wiping. Then we would do everything as I explained. I would be brushing off any hairs. I am just going in between the hairs, but we are going to probably take this, these tweezers, and just pluck, pluck, pluck around the brows, just to see fully where my lines are, to make sure I have a good canvas, okay? And that's it, really. If you do want to do this treatment today, I have a bottle of Tylenol I'll send you home with. If this was the permanent treatment, I would ultimately be giving you probably a script of 2 to 3 Percocet or Vicodin, specifically because I'm digging harder into the skin. This is semi-permanent, 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 meaning I'm just making light movements, but we do still give a numbing agent. And what that does is just numb the skin. It's lidocaine, and it doesn't go inside. You won't not feel your forehead. This just makes it easier and more relaxing. So what are you thinking today? Are you thinking you'd like the treatment? That's really good to hear. I'm really excited. So why don't we just get right into it? So all I'm going to do first is I'm going to make the rest of the lines, followed by plucking. Then we will numb, and at the end, as we wait for it to numb, I'll set up. Then I'll sanitize you, and we will get the ink ready and begin, okay? You'll have beautiful, healthy looking, full brows that match your brows already. So I'm just going to quiet down a little bit. I've been talking for about 25 minutes, but ultimately that's what happens at a consult, so forgive me. And let's get started. Okay, making the rest of the lines. Okay, you can just relax. Relax, relax, relax. I'm just going to use this brush to take away any hairs so we don't get anything when we numb your brows. Excellent. So next, we're just going to take this antiseptic numbing agent. It does have a little bit of antiseptic in it, but it does not do the job if we're putting a tattoo gun on it. So nothing to worry about. And the needle in our tattoo gun has been freshly changed every time. If you're wondering what's on the outside of this bottle, it was just the tag. It was all the way up to here, so we can't see when the next time we need to refill these bottles are, so. Just looking at your brows, seeing. Just going to right on your brow and other side. And I'm just going to take this cotton pad and dab that in. Brilliant. Excellent. Okay. So while we wait, I'm just going to set up, get the ink all ready. Everything is good. Your eyebrows are mapped, plucked, cleaned up, and now numbing. The numbing agent only takes about 2 minutes for it to absorb into the bloodstream, and the top layer of the skin doesn't go below the epidermis, so you do not have to worry. Just relax. I'll get everything ready. A dab will do ya. That's all we need. We won't even be using that much. And this bottle will be disposed of. Okay. Go ahead and get a glove. So we are ready. Can you tell me if you can feel this? That's because I didn't touch you yet. Let's try again. Perfect. Okay. So all I'm gonna do now is just go ahead and spray a cotton pad and wipe your brows up. It's going to disinfect, and we can begin tattooing, microblading. Just going over the brows. Excellent. Okay, so are you nice and relaxed? Good. Okay. So all we need to do, I'm just going to set this up here to dip and turn this on. And here we go. Okay, just relax. Shoop. 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 Does that hurt? Good, the numbing agent works. Dip it in. And we're already almost done, so just going to use a cotton pad and wipe this ink off so I can see where I'm at. But the first layer's almost finished. Okay. You haven't started to bleed yet, so that's good. Let's keep going. I'm gonna go over now the second layer. Usually we only do about 2 to 3, but with permanent brows, we do it about 6 times. starting to get just a very small amount of blood. I'm just going to just go ahead and dab that off. Okay, nothing to be concerned about. We're almost finished. We have one more layer to do. Are you okay? Is that lidocaine starting to wear off? No worries. Give me about 30 more seconds, sweetheart. All I have to do is work on up above to make sure everything blends in correctly, okay? Okay, so your left brow is done. Get over here. Okay, and last but not least, let's wipe that off. Wrong one. Okay. Very little ink. Now you're going to see the blood start to come through. Let me grab a cotton pad. I am going to spray some antiseptic. Let me go ahead and put this down because you don't need anything else. Everything looks perfect. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and spray this directly on the brows and grab a cotton pad and cotton ball, and just spray it down. Ready? Cover your eyes for this. Now, since I did put antiseptic on it, you might see a little blood now. I'm trying to move quickly so we can stop the bleeding. I'm actually going to grab 2 fresh cotton balls. Just go ahead and... I know it's a little bit rough, very sensitive. But anyway, putting alcohol on an open wound definitely going to cause a little bit of bleeding. Okay, see, it's not the worst, but it's completely okay. And that's it, sweetheart. Let's just go over again. Another cotton. Make sure there's no bleeding. Okay. You're in the clear. You're all cleaned up. Dispose of these gloves. And let's check you out here. I'm not going to touch your face, but can you do me a favor? I know you're probably getting a little bit sore, and you will throughout the night. The first 48 to 72 hours is probably the peak of the pain you're going to experience. If you do, out of 1 to 10, experience pain over a 4, please give our office a call. I'm on call always, so excuse me, even after hours, you can give me a call and I will take care of you. If we do have to write you something for pain, it's no problem. So, can you look to the side for me? Can you look to this side for me? Can you look down? Can you look up? I am going to go grab my camera and I'm just going to take a little bit of after pictures. We have your before pictures from your lip injections, so 1 second and I will be right back, okay? Excuse me. Alright, sweetie, we're just going to do the same exact thing that, excuse me, we did last time. And I'm just going to focus you here. Okay, so can you put your head down for me? Get the flash on. Excellent. Ready? Don't smile, don't move. I just gotta get these done right before you start getting too red. Ready? Okay. Look to the left. Your other left. Okay. Look to your right. Okay. Look down for me. Chin touching as far as you can. And look up as far as you can, okay? Excellent. So, I will go ahead and have those pictures, and you did sign a consent form. We can use those pictures, correct? Great. So you can go look in the mirror over there and go ahead and see your way out. I cannot do touch-ups at the moment, but in 7 days, if you feel you need a little bit of a touch-up, if you feel they're a little bit too light or even too dark, come back and see me. We always have something to fix anything you might not like. As this again is semi-permanent, and absolutely no worries about anything. You are going to experience a little bit of pain probably starting now, so I suggest you open these and at least take 1 or 2 every 6 hours, or if you're really in pain, again over a 4. If pain doesn't subside after 3 days, please give me a call. Bleeding is normal. You might get little speckles of blood on the brows. Just all you need to do is take a sterilized cotton ball or cotton pad. You can get alcohol, sterilizing alcohol at your local dollar store or department store, Walmart, anything like that, grocery store even. So how to clean your brows, if you have a skincare routine, keep every single little bit away from your brows. To keep the color in longer, we recommend you getting something, A&D ointment or just regular lotion can work. This is after a few days. Use antibacterial soap to just dab the area 3 times daily for 4 days, okay? And that's all. After about a week, you can go to just using A&D ointment, baby diaper rash cream people use. It varies, but my recommendation is A&D. So with that being said, you are finished. If you have any questions, you can call the office between 8:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, okay? And then in between those other days, I will always be on call. If you feel concerned about something, you can give us a call. So with that being said, I hope that you like them. We can go look at them together, and I will see you for your follow-up appointment, which I think is perfect. She did it correctly. 7 days from now, okay? So you are free to go look at those, and if you want to go together, I'm headed out. Excellent. Thank you so much for coming in, and I will see you next time. I hope you enjoy your brows. See you later.